there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Mille Fiori from designer Rainer Knizia and publisher Schmidt Spiele. This is a French version of the game, as you can probably see from this kind of tagline here. However, I do have English rules that printed out here. Apparently, that means in the glittering lagoon. So this is a French edition of the game. There will be an English edition coming at some point, but not as of yet. But most everything in here is language independent other than the rules. 2 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes. So obviously, I am not a French speaker. I cannot translate that for you. However, like I said, I do have the English rules here, so we can look over that here in a moment and take a look at the components as we do so. So let's pop this open. I do know that it is related to glass blowing. You can kind of see that there. So let's take a look inside the box and get a sense for the components within. All right, so here is the printed rule book that, again, is in French. However, we can just kind of quickly look through the English rules. Here we see our game setup. There are different areas on the player board that are denoted by different colors: workshop area, trade, harbor, residences, and townspeople. There's a little bit of a card anatomy there. All right. It talks about how to play the game. You play several rounds. At the start of each round, the starting player deals 5 cards to each player face down. Then it looks like there's a bit of a draft. You select one card to keep and pass the remaining cards to your left. And then the starting player plays their card face up and takes a corresponding action. The card is going to determine where you place on the board and maybe potentially bonuses. And then the game ends at the end of the round in which the draw pile is used up, or at the end of the round when a player places the last of their diamonds from their personal supply on the playing board during their turn. There are also some special rules for the 2-player game. Then it talks about the individual areas that you're placing your diamonds onto. So the workshop area tells you about instant points, point bonuses, and extra cards, which seem to be the case with just about all of these areas. There's a way you place them. There's points that you'll get immediately, potentially some point bonuses, and potentially a card play bonus where you would get kind of an extra turn. This townspeople section has got some slight difference with the placement. The trade area here, and then finally the harbor. And then there's an alternative move that you can play your card for a move in the harbor area, I believe, rather than playing in the corresponding area. And then there's some play variations. And then, again, the end of the game, and it talks about scoring situations. All right, so there we've got the rules. Let's take a look at the stuff. So here is our quite colorful board. Let me see if I can zoom out a touch so we can get a little bit more of that. And let's do this. Yeah, we can see pretty much the whole board there. Again, very colorful, and the distinct areas that you're going to be placing your diamonds into and the different scoring elements contained with those. Let me zoom back in a little bit so we can get a little bit more of a close-up on this. So first off, we're going to look at our beautiful diamonds. Ah, look. Very, very satisfying. We've got those in the player colors here, it looks like, which appear to be purple, orange, green, and red. And we've also got some ships and pawns in those player colors. These are plastic, as you can probably tell, kind of an acrylic. Very pretty. And then we've got some cards. And that's it as far as components go. So let's take a look. As I struggle to get the cards open. These are kind of mini-sized cards. There are a lot of them, as you can see here. Those are the card backs. Let's look at the card fronts. Okay, so you can see you've got the alternative movement numbers there. You've got the area that you're placing, which is, I believe this is the harbor area cards. So not a whole lot of information. I mean, I suppose you've got the area you're placing on, kind of a reminder of how the scoring works for that particular area, which is nice, and then the alternative movement number in the top. All right, so this is the area where you're trying to build kind of pyramids with your diamonds. It is nice that there are little kind of scoring reminders on each of these cards, so you somewhat remember how they play out. This must be the first player card. All right, well, some pretty looking components, a relatively simple rule set. We will have to determine how the gameplay is for Mille Fiori. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.